Because they are not judging you here by your work. This is just your business card.
Ah,
It's almost like you are too quickly want to show what you do. Almost like, hey, look, I can sketch. It's like, wait. Tell me your name first, right?
But yeah, I had one internship. So the first project you'll see was from Psych Advanced Design in London.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So where-
yeah.
No, go ahead.
And yeah, the other two are more personal projects. The second one was an entry to GAC competition, but I did not get in. And the third one is just a sort of personal exploration for kind of a design. I tried to make a design that would last for a long time. So kind of not really retro-futuristic, but kind of modern classic in a way. That's what I was going for. So you'll see that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, another question. Where are you studying?
I studied in Coventry University.
Coventry. And you graduate already?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And now your position is, okay, you've done an internship and probably you're preparing this portfolio for work?
Yeah, for work, but I was thinking of doing masters as well.
Masters. Okay.
I didn't really get much of a kind of support of getting a role. Like, I don't know, when I joined university, it was like during COVID. So everything was a mess and you just, I don't know, was left feeling lost. Came into studying without really knowing of what it will be, how to succeed through it. So ended up in this awkward position right now. So now just trying to figure out everything.
Yeah, you didn't have any background on art or anything, right?
No, I had background on art.
Oh, you okay.
Just I didn't understand like the design industry.
I see. Okay.
My decision to join a automotive design university was like made in 2 weeks.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I did not do like my homework properly to know like what's
it's not, it's not like you were like, oh yeah, I want to do this for a while ago and you were like thinking about it.
I sort of figured out that I wanted to do automotive design because in my high school I had a design teacher and he told us to do, he kind of told us to do car design for a year. And I realized that I liked it. So I wanted to study further.
Yeah. Okay. So before you went to car design school, how did you prepare your portfolio?
So I went to, so it's called Art Gymnasium in Lithuania. So basically a school that is focused, Gymnasium is a school that has like a specialty. So my school was like art focused. So mostly studying traditional drawing, traditional arts, sculpture, all of that. But, and a little bit of design. So that's how I just naturally gravitated towards studying design because that was one of the more fun things for me to do.
Cool. All right. So, have you ever gotten a review from my professional designer studio? Like, have you ever gotten comments about your portfolio before?
Yeah, and I've not on this one. I've tried to fix. I fixed quite a few things from the comments I've said before. So the projects they asked me to, or I was told to remove, I've removed already.
Yep.
So this is the most recent iteration.
Okay. Cool. All right. And all of them are you model those in Blender, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, my background was I kind of started with Blender. Like I already knew Blender quite well when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a, I guess, catch-22 for me because Blender is one of my highest skills right now, and if I get lost, I can always rely on Blender. So right now, I'm trying to use Blender more. I mean, less.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I think first project is Companion, right? So basically, this portfolio, you're trying to polish it to either get an internship or get a master's, right?
Yeah, internship, master's, or some kind of a job. Like
Okay.
Just
Where are you located now?
I am in Lithuania.
And is
So-
there design studios there?
No. So
So there's
I
not.
will be moving abroad if I want to get a job, and that's
Mm,
fine with me.
yeah. And where are you going for your masters?
I wanted to go to Potsdam, but I didn't
Potsdam.
really have a portfolio in time because I was working
Mm,
at the time, and now I quit my job.
yeah.
So I'll
Okay.
I didn't work in design, so
Yeah. So there's no design world in Lithuania,
Lithuania.
right? There's no design studios there. There's no design
There's
school.
very few. There's very few.
And is it
It's
there's design schools?
yeah, there are.
Okay, interesting.
So
Yeah.
it's mostly like furniture design or graphic design or
Ah,
interior design, something like that, but not automotive.
but there's no automotive. Interesting.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's actually 2 automotive startups here, 2 or 3.
Startups. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Oh,
But
so you
those are
probably
very
can get a
niche.
job there or no?
Those are very small teams, and they're like
Mm.
not high budget, so they're not. I know them personally, and I know they're not looking for workers.
Ah, I see. They're barely trying to
Yeah,
keep the ball rolling, right, with the business.
something like that.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. All right. So yeah, just in a few words, just let's go through your portfolio. As I said, there's many portfolios, so I'm just gonna try to do this a little bit like efficient. Probably what I can think of is I can recognize patterns in your portfolio and say, you know what,
Mhm.
you tend to do this, don't do that, or add this or add that, or remove this type of sketches or whatever. Like
Yeah, sounds good.
I think we can do that, and I think we can have more portfolio reviews later on. Like this is not the only one, and in that way, if we don't have enough time, we can just revisit. So, and I'm just showing according to the order that the portfolios were posted on the chat. So okay, just a few words. I mean, companion.
So yeah, this is a companion. It's basically made for dense cities,
Mhm.
and the theme was kind of related to isolation, but I will just keep it more simple. So it's a kind of a microcar where you
Okay.
also have a scooter inside, so it actually kind of fits with the theme of robotics a little bit.
Yeah.
The scooter itself is a steering wheel for this car, and when you want to exit,
Yeah.
it opens
Okay.
up from the front, and you
Yeah.
still have a vehicle with you.
Okay. Let
And,
me jump in. Sorry for interrupt. Let me just jump in here and first of all, the things that you should change right away is this, guys.
Mhm.
Right? Because it's just it just look like so static. It's almost like a sheet of stickers, you know? Like with your portfolio, which each slide you should tell a story, right? You should tell a development, right? Like what's going on, right? For example, here I see that you have 3 images, right? From inspiration. You have I think it's dreamy, right? Dreamy, you have dreamy, you have sensual, contrast, right? I don't see any of those explorations in here. I see sort of like a car already, but I don't see a little bit of the development. And I want to see more like abstract forms. And the reason I'm asking for that is because you're supposed to be developing a design language. So you need to have some sort of like development of form. And then that form, you apply it to the car. And the thing, like this is perfect. You know, you have one read, second read, and then here you should have a different type of layout, right? Where you show hierarchy, right? You show probably if I would like to choose an order, I would put, I don't know, one sketch here, another sketch here this big, another sketch here this big, probably this guy this big, and probably the biggest guy here, right? So I would show probably like 6 sketches max, right, from a development process, because you don't want the portfolio to look redundant, right? It's almost like there's no process. It's just a bunch of sketches randomly, right? I don't read a process. Like it's almost like how your car is evolving, right, into the final thing. And I think this will hurt you, right, in the way you present it. So as I said, just go by hierarchy. You see, like what I mean with the circles, like you go in different type of sizes. And the other thing is don't overlap your cars. Don't do this. Don't overlap the cars. Because it just doesn't look as a, because as a designer, you're supposed to be enhancing or showcasing your work. And this looks like an advertisement poster when you can crop things and put things on top of each other, where you're supposed to be showing design. So this is what you show, design. If you're a graphic designer, you show graphics, right? You show how you overlap things and all that. But since you're showing a product, you should be showing that product. So you shouldn't be like hiding it at all. So that's why I don't do this. Try to keep some space between sketches. So, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna we can just keep going and see what's next. Okay. Yeah. I mean, as I said, I'm gonna identify patterns, and yeah, it's something that you should do in all pages. You know, like I have my portfolio as reference, and you guys can use that if it helps. My portfolio is already 3 years old, but I think still is everything that I put in my portfolio is pretty well laid out still. For example, here you see like I'm telling a story with one slide, right? You don't see sketches the same size, you see a progression. And this is what you need to have. Imagine that each slide is like a curve, you know, it needs to go up. And then in the next slide, it goes up and it goes even higher, higher, higher. It shouldn't be static. And when you have sketches that are all the same size and it almost look like a page full of stickers, there's no a curve. It's just like static and you don't tell a story. So, for example, here, what's the story? What am I saying here? Well, I mean, inspiration came from here, and this is how the form is evolving, and this is the language that I'm gonna use, right? But each slide, now I have that language, and I put some protective pillars and all that. So it's just each slide is telling me something, and that's how you should think about your portfolio, right? Make sure you don't have sketches, because think about it, is you have you have almost like same size. It looks like a high school kind of like when they punish the kid and say, okay, just draw on the blackboard, right? Don't cross the street without looking both ways. Don't cross the street without looking both ways. Like it's almost like somebody punish you and say, oh yeah, just put all the sketches in a row. It's like you should tell a story. So and that's gonna give you a lot of points already. Like when you have the perfect layout, it's gonna give you a lot of points. So any questions? Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm just sort of noting in my head how I trying to imagine how we'll change this.
Yeah. So yeah, just try to and also think about in the slide you are showing also a progress, which means you might have raw sketches and then sketches with a little bit of value and then sketches maybe a little bit more detail, but you need to have that progression, right? Cool. So yeah, I would suggest put front 3/4 and rear 3/4 in one page. Like these two guys can be in one page. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So what's going on with this one?
So this one was for GAC competition. So I don't remember if there was a theme for this, but this was like a sort of a gaming inspired car, and something like with the AI gaming element. So if you go to the storyboard, like basically you would buy a car and you would be level 1 in this. Then when you start driving, you keep accumulating skills and kind of you level up, and the car would kind of show that. And eventually, like the car would tell you maybe you should go on a track to get like extra skills to get better at driving. And the more you drive, the higher level you get, and it basically you show how good you are to the world. So it's a bit like a bragging rights, and if you suck at driving, everyone knows. So you're kind of forced to get better.
Cool. Yeah. No, interesting ideas. Yeah.
And as well, like as you level up, you like unlock different free features in the car.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like these sketches. As I said, it's just the way you organize them. That's it. Because you see, you have made a lot of empty space here.
Yeah.
A lot of empty space here. And I'm going straight to the layout, because I know they need to see a great layout and then they're going to pay attention to the content. You know, it's almost like when you have a portfolio, you need to check certain boxes and then they're going to keep looking at your work. Because, for example, if you right off the bat have a bad presentation, they already know that, or they already assume that, okay, if it has some flaws on the presentation, there are probably going to be some flaws on the design too, right? So it's almost like you need to be like right on in each step, you know? Great presentation, great concept, great layout, good sketches, good process of sketches, and then great inspiration images, like great development of form. Like, and as they move forward and see all those boxes checked, they're gonna keep looking at your work. But if they say if they see something that they don't like in general in design studios, they're gonna assume already like, okay, he's not ready, and that's it. Like they're probably gonna scroll through like this and say, yeah, sure, and next. That's why I'm trying to be like honest here and say, okay, you know what, you gotta fix certain things first, right? Because obviously your ideas matter. I mean, I can tell you have great ideas, but it's very hard that people are going to listen to your ideas if you don't have some of the things checked, right? Presentation, layout, process, inspiration, package design. You have no package design here. I think I scrolled through this project yesterday quickly, and you don't have package design in any of your projects, and you should have package design if you want to design cars.
So, okay, I can easily add that.
Yeah. So just think about the package is important. So you just get a reference. For example, I mean, you have kind of like a reference here. So, but just get a side view and on a package, just look for blueprints, so you can like steal some from my page if it's useful.
Yeah, I mean, I have 3D models for these, and I do work with the package. I just
just have the package like always. Okay. And especially for designing cars in a studio, it's a must. Like in Art Center, CCS, and all the schools that I know, is a must. You need to have the package. So, and just like that, just have package and you can do whatever you want, right? But you have
I just heard like a lot of different advice. Like a lot of people say don't put the package. A lot of people say do, and just
but who said don't put the package?
I think I don't remember who exactly, because
no, but was he a designer?
Yeah,
that's weird. I mean, because I mean, as I said, at least in all California studios and all and all the studios that they manufacture, that they do like they're the mothership, I think package is something important. or at least you need to have the reference, the benchmark, like what kind of car is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would suggest it's not gonna hurt, even though some people might say that don't put the package. I think it's not gonna hurt if you have a package. Like
Okay.
they're not gonna say, oh yeah, it sucks because you got the package. No, that's just it's an extra for them if you wanna see it that way. But I think having a package is at least an idea is the is very important thing. Because you've seen before guys they do semi trucks, for example, and they don't have a package design, so they just begin to sketch the semi truck and doing that 3D model, and then they end up with a semi truck with 3 meter long, and that thing just doesn't exist. That thing is just there's no car in the road that is 3 meter long, unless it's a military car or it's a oversized car that it needs to go with some patrol, some policemen escorting the car. So that's what I mean. It's like that gives you at least an idea of what is the thing that you're designing. You can go futuristic, it's fine. I don't mind about that, but you kind of have like a box, right, where the measurements are. But I think it depends of where you're going. If you're gonna design cars, I think it's very important to have the package. If you have this portfolio to go to a entertainment design studio where you're gonna design Star Wars cars, yeah, sure, they might not need the package. There's like whatever, but I think for cars, I think it's important. As I said, it's just one page. You have one silhouette and the measurements, wheelbase or whatever, and that's it. That's for designing cars that I know.
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think you have enough to work on. Just try to, as I said, try to improve the layout with the sketches, a little bit more of the progress. And if you can add a package design on each project, I think that's going to give you more points. And as I said, sketches, just make sure you have a nice layout, because these guys almost look like the same size and you need to have a nice progression, right?
Yeah, okay, will do.
Yeah. But overall, I think you have a lot of work. I mean, you've done a lot of work and you had a lot of work on the models and everything. So I can see the effort here. So it's good. This interior is not bad. I like it. Yeah, it probably needs some more detailing and fixing some proportions, but thematically, okay, you're going somewhere, right? Maybe you play around a little bit more with the forms here, right? A little bit more positive, right? Maybe you have a different treatment here, but I think that thematically is good. All right. So thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go a little. I know I didn't look through all the projects, but I'm just trying to kind of like have a balance because I have many portfolios and I want to at least have some comments. But yeah, we can revisit, and next time if you have another update, you can share.
Yeah, hopefully. At least I think I can add the packages today to some projects.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, if anyone in the class have to say something about somebody else's work, I mean, just jump in. I mean, everyone is welcome just to share their thoughts about the cars. So, okay. Good. All right. Thanks for sharing, man.
Thank you for commenting.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with this portfolio. Okay.
Hi, Omar. That's me.
Okay. What's your name?
I'm Shivanshu, and
Shivanshu.
Yes. So I had my bachelor's in transportation design from as my friend Aras. I was in Coventry University.
Oh, okay. So you both were peers, or no?
I think he was 1 year junior than me because I started in 2019.
Yeah.
And he said that he joined when the COVID was happening. So I think he joined in 2020, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, then I'm junior to you.
Yes. So I think we pretty much had the similar experience at Coventry, and right now I'm doing my master's in SPD actually
Oh,
in
SPD,
Milan.
nice. Yeah,
Yes.
nice.
So we had to prepare a quick portfolio just to send to the companies for internship,
Yeah.
which would be like just a glimpse of ourselves and our works and our personality maybe. So this was that, and I mean it's really good that I can get some reviews from you.
Yeah, for sure. No, and I think I mean I'd like to thank you guys for sharing your portfolio and your experiences, because as Aras said, like there's certain things that they said about portfolios, for example, like don't add in the package. And I think it's something that maybe is new to me. Maybe there's another way designers in Europe work, or portfolios in Europe work. So it's something that is almost like new to me. Like maybe you have maybe there they have different standards. I don't know, or they have a different style to present. So I'm trying to understand too.
Yeah, even I had never heard of it that someone is saying don't put the package, because almost everyone was saying that put some package because it's really important to show what you're designing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I mean, we can have a conversation, and yeah, maybe there's a reason why they say that. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Like, all right, sure. So, what is your plan, Shivanshu?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, that's quite the right pronunciation of my name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It took me 3 seconds, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do struggle with it. So
Yeah.
I just tell them my name
Shivanshu.
is.
There you go. Yeah. When you say it, when you say it sounds easy. Shivanshu.
Yes, Shivanshu. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is like a quick portfolio. This one would this is that I would like to send to companies to maybe get an internship, and the role that I'm aiming for is the exterior designer.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Cool.
Yes. And I didn't put too much stuff here, but just a glimpse of the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, why do you put a quick portfolio?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Is it 5
you know
pages?
What? Yeah, you know what? I would suggest that you put because as I said, your portfolio is your business card, right?
Yes.
Your portfolio is how you're gonna present yourself to the designers or to the industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's not necessarily this. I hope, don't get me wrong, but it's almost like you're kind of like talking yourself down already. Oh yeah, it's a quick portfolio. Oh yeah, it's okay. It's like saying, oh, here's my portfolio, but it's okay.
Yes.
You know, it's like you're not selling yourself like properly and say, hey, here's my work, and I'm aspiring for this, and I have all the energy to take this role. You know, you need to sell yourself like with a little bit more, with the right words, right? Yes. So what I would do here is probably, instead of putting a quick portfolio, why don't you put car exterior designer? Exterior car designer.
Yes.
Because that's what you're aiming. That's what you told me, but you don't say that in your portfolio. So, and people, when they check your portfolio, they're not listening to you. They're looking at your work. So why don't you put that instead of saying a quick portfolio? Because I don't know exactly the reason. Maybe you feel like you have to say something there, but I think the best way is just to present yourself like a little bit more formal and say exterior designer.
I see. Yes.
And then 2025. If you have a signature, that'd be nice if you have a signature somewhere in there. Like
okay, that's good.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Let's say you have that signature, and now the sketches. We go back to the static format, right?
Yes.
This is like 3 sketches here out of the blue. It looks random, to be honest. When I see it, it's just random. So if you want to put some type of sketches, some type of art or anything, try to put it just more in a artistic composition way, right? And what I mean is like, maybe you don't need 3 sketches, and maybe you don't need maybe you just need a side view, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that side view, let me erase this. Maybe that side view, you just put it like here, you know?
Yes.
And then the whole thing is balanced, right? Because this is a little bit, just think about it as the whole composition, and you are dividing this guy in half.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like it's not like a harmonic, the whole thing, right?
Yes.
So, and you need to find that balance. Like if you're gonna have few information here, just don't try to overload the information here.
Yes.
Just have a balance, and don't make it like, as I said, 3 sketches on one half, almost the same size. It just looks static right off the bat. So just try to have something like that. Man, I have portfolios from professional designers that, for example, they have these. They have this, like the name, transportation designers, whatever, and they just have like a doodle here, but like kids drawing, you know, like not even like they just have a doodle like that, you know?
Yeah, and that works
like this.
And that would work for a presentation cover page?
Because they are not judging you here by your work. This is just your business card. It's almost like you are too quickly want to show what you do. Almost like, hey, look, I can sketch. It's like, wait. Tell me your name first. Right?
I see.
That's how it feels. That's how it feels. Like you're going to present yourself with someone and it's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, see my sketch. It's like, dude, I don't even know your name. It's like, wait. Like take one step back and it's like, show the presentation first, who you are, take a breath, and then say, okay, look, here's my index. I'm a transportation designer. I have several projects here. I mean, I want to apply for the job or whatever. Yeah. So that's the feeling. And as I said, one designer once told me, I mean, back then when I was a student, right? When I was back in Mexico, like 10 years ago, and he told me, with the portfolios, it's almost like the psychoanalyst. They psychoanalyst you, right? It's like they're gonna see how you are just based on how you deliver, right? And that's what I mean. Like when you show me this, as I said, it's almost like too quickly you want to show me what you do and you haven't even started with your name in your presentation.
Yeah.
So, and this is the type of thing that they get. Like this is almost like it's subtle. But they can get that and they can say, okay, they cannot read you, right? So okay, let me go to the next page. Oh yeah. First page. Okay, just try to keep it simple. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Name 2025, maybe a small doodle if you need it. Signature done, so they can scroll to the next one, right? Okay, so okay, let me go through them. Okay, this is it, right?
Yeah.
Oops, wait. Okay, there you go. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, and this is what you have so far as a portfolio, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what you need is more structure.
Yes.
Right? So in general, I would say you need a page where you tell the purpose, right? With a thesis statement. And what does that mean is what is the purpose of your project? Lotus, right? I'm doing a redesign of Lotus because it's been an icon and I want to have the vision for 2035 because I don't know, the market says that they want more trendy, colorful things. Like it's depend of your thesis project, but you kind of like give them a brief or like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And as a designer, what are you proposing? Like, oh yeah, because this is how I see Lotus Elise redesign is going to look in like, the next 10 years. And it's going to match the times that we're living in. Right?
Yeah.
So, and then again, package design, right?
Yes.
You need to have a slide where you have package design, another slide where you have inspiration forms.
Yeah.
And another slide where you do process, right? Because this is almost like with one slide, it's almost like I did the whole project in one slide. That's what you're telling me, right? Where in reality, what I see here is you make one slide full of sketches. That's it. I don't see a project. I don't see a process. I just see you did a cool sketches. These type of slides go to miscellaneous on your portfolio, where you just scroll and see sketches. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need a structure, right? At least thesis statement.
Yeah.
Where you explain why are you doing this car.
Mm-hmm.
Next, you go to probably market research. You can take it as let's say, buyer.
Yeah.
What is your buyer?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things you can describe? You can make up a buyer.
Yeah.
And you can say it's a doctor, makes $200K a year in US, and he likes to go to the beach, and he likes camping or whatever. But you define your customer, right? And then you put images from your customer that, images that convey the type of activities that he wants, the type of activities that he does, right? And those images kind of like have to match the type of design you're gonna do, right?
Yes.
After the customer, you go inspiration forms, right? Language. So, and then you're gonna describe your design at least, I would say, no more than 3 words, right?
3 words, yes.
So these words can be techy, can be colorful, can be simple, can be edgy, can be, you describe it, you name it. And each word is going to be represented with an image. If you said edgy, you're going to find an edgy image that is going to serve you as your inspiration. If you're going to see simple, you're going to find an image that represents simple. And just make sure that those 3 words are going to be aligned with the project, right?
Yes.
You're not going to say, oh, I'm going to design a Scandinavian design, and then your inspiration is a cyberpunk sci-fi movie. It's just contradicting. Right?
Yes.
So just make sure the words make sense with your design, because those words that you're finding is the design values. And those design values should be shared design values with your buyer, with your brand. Like, they should all make sense.
Yes.
Right? So okay. So yeah, same for this. I mean, you have some here already, right?
Yeah.
Retro, horizontal lines, sci-fi. Try not to be too general, right? When you say sci-fi, I mean, we all make this. At some point, I did some project where I described my image as sci-fi. But I'm telling you, I think it's. I mean, I went to back in the days, we all went through this path. We designed with the animals, right? We designed picking the cheetah, picking the lions, picking all and then when we run out of animals, we choose another thing, and we all went to that path, right?
Yes.
So, and at some point, I probably named one of my inspiration, and I put great shapes. I was like, what the fuck you mean with great shapes?
Yeah.
So at some point I did that, that type of like vague explanation or vague descriptions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say sci-fi, just try to be a little bit more like, you can put
more
techie,
specific.
I guess. Yeah, I guess techie could be like, okay, it looks technological. Or you can put something that describes a little bit more, right?
Yes.
Retro, horizontal lines, I think it kind of does make sense, right?
Yeah.
You can also put like a layered design or something. So yeah, just try not to be vague. Try to because remember that you're gonna describe your car with these forms, right? So, but yeah, it goes the same for all the projects, right? You need to have a good layout. This is not a bad layout. I think you kind of have a sense of the sizes, but here at the corner, it just gets too saturated, right? It just gets too much.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you have like 20 sketches in one page, and I think it's too much.
Yeah.
Why? Because, as I said, you need to show a progress, and that progress needs to be like obvious, right? So it needs to be like that you came from, for example, one form. It can be just like this guy, the perfume, or I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
One form can just be like a box with a lot of layers,
Yes.
and you put wheels on it, right?
Oh.
And that's it. And then that just show the beginning of your inspiration. And then in the next slide, you have the same geometry, but you have a cabin and a little bit of fenders or things like that, but you need to show how things are progressing rather than I'm just going to sketch a normal car and I'm just going to put a lot of stripes and that's my design. No, just think about.
So for progress, I can show like a metamorphosis of the
exactly. Yeah.
And just put the key sketches of the development and not put the key sketches on the page.
Yeah, because this is guys, this is not about the final car. Designing a car is a whole process.
Yes.
And in design studios, they don't want to see just the end product, right?
Yeah.
They want to see how you get there. Because in the process of you getting there, you are just like pumping a lot of ideas, right?
Yeah.
In the process. And that's what the studios are looking for. They're looking for a guy who can just pump a lot of ideas in the process. Because when the sketches are abstract or the sketches are early on, it almost like those are free to interpretation. And what's going to happen is like designers from the design studio, they're gonna say, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that inspiration kind of like reminds me of an idea, or that kind of form is inspiring." So that's what they want to see. And if you just show like an end product, that's it. There's no room for interpretation. There's no magic. It's just like it's a car done. But if you show the whole process and then you show also the end product, is richer. That whole process is way richer than just having an image.
It does make sense. I understand.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, that goes for the same. I mean, you have cool sketches. I mean, you have good work. I'm just trying to focusing on the things that I know that you need to change, right?
Yes.
Because otherwise, if I give you credit about, BISCOM or about the wheel is off, like it's not gonna help you much because you need to correct the big picture first, right? And then we go to details, right? And that's what we're doing now. Just try to correct the big picture to get the portfolio like feeling right, and then you fill it up with details. Cool. All right. Thanks for sharing, man.
Thank you so much, Omar.
Yeah. And as I said, we're gonna keep talking, and feel free to share your updates on the chat.
100%.
Not on the class, right?
Yes,
the chat for the class, just keep it for the material of the class, so I can just go to that chat and download everything, right? So, but on the rest, like portfolio review, sketch review, just feel free to share your updates, and I have time, I can jump in, and there's a couple of designers hiding in the community. Some of my peers. Maybe they can see something, or they can jump in or something like that. So
it's an amazing opportunity, man. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, I have one guy, he's a friend of mine, he's a 3D modeler, Elias, and he's somewhere in the chat. I'm not sure. He's probably not in this class, obviously, but he can see sometimes the chat. So that's what I mean. It's like that's my whole point. So designers also can be in the chat. They might not interact. They're just gonna be hiding somewhere, but
we're watching from the shadows.
But they're there. They're watching on the shadows. So, and I think that's it's a good thing to have, right? So so every update, share it, and other peers. I mean, that's where we're here, so we can help each other. Just keep it more, like friendly. Like let's just share our work, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Okay. Sorry for the redundant last two sentences, but yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Cool, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No worries. Thanks for.